Okay, so Jackie and I are going to play around through the tutorial round so you can learn how the very first few rounds of the game start, and you can see how we fill out the sheet. So Jackie's going to fill out the sheet so that you can see exactly how to follow the process. You can get going on the game. So we start at year one, phase one, and here we go. So the first thing you do is don't forget to write your name on the transaction sheet and on the asset sheet. You start out with a job that makes you $32,000. That's already written out in the sheet, so you don't have to write that one down. And you start out with a loan for $100,000, which you can see in the first 10 years of, or in the 10 years of the game, you have to pay it off at the end of the 10 years. So you're paying $10,000 a year. You also write that in, or it'll actually already be written in your asset sheet. So the first thing is we take the black token and run it from the year tracking phase, from year one, to a cash phase. So now we start the cash phase where we earn our income, pay expenses, and record them on the transaction sheet.
So we already have it as written it on. So you have parent loan 100,000 here. You have evening job 32K, and then you have to pay the parent loan for the first year is 10K. So right now you have cash flow on 122K.
Okay. So you start out with your parent loan of $100,000. It's already written out there. You've earned that money from the evening job. You've kept that money as well, and then you pay back the loan of $10,000. So your starting point at the end of the cash phase is $122,000 in the bank. Now we go on to the collection phase.
Okay.
Phase three. So here we roll the dice.
Wow.
So you can see we've rolled 3 opportunities and 1 deal with it card. However, we are in the tutorial phase, and therefore we start with 3 small opportunities and 1 expenditure card.
Expenditure.
Okay, so once you pick up your cards, the next player rolls the dice again for themselves, and then they pick up their cards and hold them onto them until all the players have rolled the dice in the collection phase and picked up the cards that they have either rolled, or if in the tutorial phase that's specified by the tutorial conditions. So next we move from the collection phase to the action phase. This is where the action happens. So you, as a player, the first player puts down 1 card, the first card they're going to play, and they play that card, and then it moves in the anti-clockwise direction to the next player and the next player until you get back to the original starting player, and they put down the second card, and it goes around until you've played all of your cards. So which card are you going to put down first?
I think I will play the opportunity first.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. This is our eye. This is growth. So I have just 122K. So would be this one.
Okay, so Jack is going to play the business opportunity card with a very large ROI of 50%. The asset value is $100,000. The down payment is $20,000, but there is 0 growth. So this is not an asset that's going to grow, but it is going to spin off really nice cash flow. So Jackie, write it into your asset sheet.
Okay, so in this case, down payment is a minimum. So you can like pay 100,000 if you don't want to get the loan.
Right.
Okay. So I will pay with the loan to let them know. Okay.
So every player has the interest rate written on their asset sheet in the top right-hand corner. So you can see there are different interest rates that are available, whether it's for a property or a business loan or a personal loan. So if you're buying a business, you can take out a business loan, not a personal loan or a property loan. So you use the interest rate that's applicable to the asset class that you are working with.
Yeah. So it's 100,000. I pay already the down payment for 20, so it's 80,000 that I need to borrow, and with the interest is 12%. So I have to pay back 89.6. And I have to choose like how many years I'm gonna pay back. So I will pay back in 3 years, and then the installment will be 29.9 round up. And the asset value is 100K, and the ROI is 50K.
Perfect. So Jackie has played his one card and has written in all of the details. So now the next player goes and does the same thing, and it goes through all the players in the game. The great thing about this particular phase is that every player can learn how to write down the different types of assets, different types of loans as they watch other players do it. So everyone is learning as part of this phase. That's why it's called the action phase for a reason. So let's assume that we have gone through all the other players and now you get to play another card.
Yes. So I will play the expenditure.
Expenditure card. Excellent.
Okay, so it's upfront and annual. Annual means every year from now.
Yeah, so there is an upfront component to the expenditure and there's also an annual expenditure component. So you put down your upfront cost, so you take that off the initial cash position for this year, and then you also add it as a annual expenditure so that you will incur this expenditure for the rest of the game for the next 10 years.
Okay. For the annual payment, we will put it out on other expenses. So it's 4,000, it's 4K, and continue.
So with the loan that Jackie has and this expenditure, his fixed expenditure is now 14,000 per year. So when you pick up these cards and you play the cards, you keep the cards with yourself until the end of the game. If you choose not to pursue the business or take the opportunity, you put the card, the opportunity card or any other card back into the deck where it belongs. So now everyone's played and we're back to Jackie for the third card of the action phase. So Jackie, which one are you going to play?
I think I have done playing this turn because this will cost me the more loan, and now I have just evening job. So
got it.
So play safe.
So you will place the cards back in the deck,
yes,
and you will pass it on to the next player.
Yeah, so 2S back to the deck.
Excellent. Now we're going to move through to the next stage after every player has played their cards or chosen not to play the cards, whatever comes first. So you pick up the black token and you move it to the charity phase. So in year 3, you get to play the charity card. In the first 2 years, you skip that year. So you go from 4 straight to the growth phase where you update your asset growth and your asset sheets before the year is out. In the very first year, there is no growth because you didn't have anything in year 0 as such. So you can skip that phase and you go back to the year end. In the following year, you'll have your growth phase where you update your asset sheets. So let's move it to, it's a new year. Happy New Year, Jackie.
Happy New Year. Okay.
And now we take the red token and move it into year 2. And we now move on to the cash phase of the game where we earn income and pay expenses. So Jackie, please show us how it's done.
So I have the evening job, right? It's 32K, and I also have the ROI. So the ROI from craft cuisine, 50K. Yes, and then the expense from loan, 29.9, and the expense from this card, anniversary, 4. So that means the total would be 98 plus 32 plus 50 minus 29.9 minus 4. So now I have cash flow at 146.1.
What about the 10,000 loan?
Oh, I forgot that. Okay, the parent loan. The parent loan 10K, so it's going to be 136.1.
Fantastic. Excellent. So we now, every player goes and adjusts their cash phase. And once everyone's done, we can move on to the collection phase. So we'll take the black token, move it to position number 3.
Can I roll?
You can do the honors.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
Look at that. 3 opportunity cards and an encounter. But again, we are still in the tutorial phase, and so we pick up 3 small opportunities.
Okay. So it will be 3 small and encounter for For opportunity as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will pick 4 small opportunities.
Yeah. So don't forget that in the second year, Jackie was the first player. The other player, the next player in line, becomes the first player that gets to choose what cards they play, and it goes around in a circle. So it's not always Jackie that plays the first card when they first pick up the card. So make sure you follow that order so that everyone gets an opportunity to be the first to see their opportunities or deal with the cards or etc. Okay, so we assume that the other player has passed, and now Jackie, it's your turn to move on to the action phase. So we move into the stage number 4, which is the action phase, and you get to choose which card you're going to play. So remember, you only play one card, and then the next player plays another card, their one card, and off it goes back to you. So which card are you going to choose?
Now I have 2 bad business. Yeah, so I need to play bad business first. So read this one first.
Okay, let's see.
So the asset value is 18,000. The down payment is 18,000, so it's the same. So I have to pay will go 18,000. If I purchase in year 2, I will write it down in year 2. Asset value is 18 and the growth is 0, 0, 0.
So Jackie had a bad business card. He had to write in the expense of what it cost him, as well as putting it into the asset sheet as a bad business deal. Jackie, it happens.
Yes, unfortunately, but it's
Indeed,
okay.
exactly. You survived this time.
Yes.
So next player keeps going, and then let's say we assume we're back to you, and you have some more cards to play. So
Yes.
what's next?
So, as I say, I have 2 bad business. So another bad business.
You have to get, wow, you're having a tough year, Jackie.
Yes, and the asset value and the down payment is the same again. So I have to pay full. So
that's $25,000 you have to pay. I mean, it sounded like a great idea, but it does happen from time to time. So $25,000.
yeah, so I write in transaction and then calculate it. Okay, so now I have cash flow left at 93 points.
So $93,100 left, and then you also put it into your asset sheet.
Yes. Cargo. Growth 0, ROI 0, my saving 25 because I paid 25.
Yes.
And then I purchased in a year 2, so asset value is 25 and the ROI is 0. Okay.
All right, so Jackie, you've had 2 bad businesses, and now it's time. Other players have played, let's assume, and now do you have some good businesses in those opportunities?
Yes, I also have good opportunities.
Let's have a look at those opportunities. What have you got?
So I have computer and electronic, so I will buy it more.
Okay.
So the asset value is 28,000. I have to pay full, but the ROI is 35.7%.
Very good return on
Yeah,
investment.
and growth is 15%.
Amazing.
Okay, so I write down. You write down every time you purchase anything. So this is digital dynamo, and I purchased 28K, and then I write here business digital dynamo 28, and I purchased in the year 2, so I have to write down in the year 2. So it's 28 asset value. The ROI is 10,000. The growth rate is 15%, and ROI is 35.7.
Fantastic.
And I have to calculate the remaining cash flow. So 93.1 minus 28. So now I have cash flow at 65.1.
$65,100 left.
Yes.
It's been a busy year.
Yes, very busy. Yeah. At least I have good business as well.
Awesome. So, going through the players, you've had 3 businesses. You had to play the bad business cards, and then you chose a pretty good business with a great ROI. You have 1 card left. You can choose to play the card, or you can choose to put it back in the deck. What are you going to choose, Jackie?
I will put back on the deck to save my cash flow.
Okay,
so
great
back on
idea.
the deck.
So, assuming all the players have gone through the action phase, we go on to the next phase. Now, we skip the charity phase because it's still year number 2, and we go to the growth phase. And so here, we actually update our asset growth based on the growth rate that were on the card. So Jackie wrote down the growth phase in his asset sheet. So Jackie, show us how you update the growth every year?
Yeah, so first thing you have to check the year you are playing. So right now is the year 2, so everything will be updated until the year 2. So the asset I purchased this year will not be updated because I re-updated, but the asset that I purchased on the first year, I have to update. So I have asset value 100k, the growth rate is 0, so it means 100.
Still 100K.
Yeah, and for the ROI 50 and the growth rate is 0, so it's gonna be 50 at the same.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so now check that every asset you have are updated
For year 2.
until the year 2. So that's
it. So we're done. So now assuming every player goes through this phase and we move on to the end of the year. Any fun New Year Eve plans? You going to New York to see the ball drop or anything like that, Jackie?
Oh, I think I may stay at home at the Christmas because like
Because you're running out of cash.
yeah,
Fair enough.
So maybe next year.
Next year, okay. Let's see what next year brings. Ding, ding, ding. It's New Year. We move on to the next phase.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. We take our year tracker and go to year 3, the last of our tutorial rounds. And we are ready for the new year. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's
Okay. So now we move on to the cash phase.
Yes.
So we go to phase number 2, where we earn income and pay our expenses. So Jackie, it is now year 3.
Yes. So in the case that the rule say if you have more than 3 businesses, you don't have time for the evening job, so you will cut off for the evening job.
Excellent.
For
So
now.
very good point. So now that you've got more than 3 businesses, you have to leave your evening job, otherwise you will just burn yourself out. So even if they're a bad business, it's still a business. So you are now too busy to have an evening job. So
Yes.
you are no longer making that $32,000.
Yeah. So the year 3 it will be 0.
0.
Yes. Okay. Now calculate the income.
Yep.
Check the asset sheet first. So you need 50k from craft cuisine. 50. This one 0, this one 0, and this one 10. So digital dynamo. 10. And expense. I already paid 1 year, so this is the second year. The loan 29.9. And the anniversary.
It's very good to keep buying an anniversary gift every year. It's a good lesson in life there.
Yes, to shape up and not burn out. Yeah,
Yes.
and parent loan because your parent already need money.
That's right.
10k. So I will have cash flow at 81.2.
So you're up on the year about $20,000. Fantastic. Great job.
Even I don't have any job. Thanks God.
That's even without a job. There you go. So you're up. Great. So now every player goes through this process, and you can continue on to the collection phase
Yes.
next.
Oops,
Right. So
okay.
the collection phase. Remember, the player that was the last player in the last round now becomes the first player. So it goes around in a circle. So can I roll the
Yeah,
dice?
sure.
For you, we assume that every player has done it. So let's go. All right, let's get.
Oh my God.
So this is going to be a tough year because you got only one opportunity.
Yes.
2 expenditures and 1 get lucky. You never know what might happen though.
Yeah.
Now the tutorial says that in year 3 we get 1 opportunity, another opportunity, and
2 expenditure.
2 expenditures. So
Oh my gosh.
there you go.
And I have all the business, so please don't make it.
You never know. Okay, so assume that
Okay.
everyone's rolled. So Jackie, this year you'll be like the third player, the
Third player.
third
yeah.
player to do the choosing of what cards you play. So let's assume that it's your turn.
Okay.
Tell me about where you stand.
So I have expenditure again, which is upfront and annual payment. It's about my birthday.
You got to look after yourself.
Yes. So continue to my anniversary is my birthday.
Right. So you spend more on your anniversary, $4,000 on the anniversary. The birthday's only $1,500. So
Yeah.
look, I think you're doing it right.
Okay, so I write down here 3. Happy birthday. Okay, upfront is 1,500, so 15, and then
1.5.
oh 1.5. Sorry, I almost
Yeah. No, don't go crazy.
Okay, 1.5, and then I have cash flow at 79.7, but also this is year 3, right?
Yeah.
So another year, the next year I have to pay more than one, so plus 1.5 for every year from that moment.
Jackie's played his expenditure card, and now it's back to his turn. What are you going to play next?
Okay, so I have one more expenditure, and it seems I have to pay because it's about charity.
Wow, you got the very special card, the charity card.
Yeah, so it's only upfront payment, so you play one time and it's done.
Excellent. So you just have one-off expense.
Yes, and charity, right? 2800, so 2.8 minus 2.8. So my cash flow is gonna be 76.9. But now it depends on the players because maybe you can play with OT first and then expect later. But this is what I play.
Got it.
Yeah, and don't forget that this will accumulate to the charity.
Yep. So you have to write down the charity into your charity part of your transaction sheet.
Yeah, so
you
now
can keep track of how much you have given to charity. So you go to year 3.
Yeah, 3 here.
And you put in 2,800.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay.
Oh, and this is not have annual payment, so back to the deck.
No annual payment, so it goes back into the deck. Okay, so Jackie, you have some opportunity cards left, so let's see which one you're going to play. Do you have any bad business opportunities this year, or?
No, but I have property instead.
You have 2 property opportunities. Okay, let's see what you're going to do.
Well, so I'm thinking that I have this cash flow, right? Okay, so maybe this one. Okay.
So Jackie has chosen to play a property card. So you had 2. He's going to choose to play one of the property opportunities.
Yeah, so I will play 70S South Shore, and the down payment is 8,700. But I think this time I will pay more than down payment, but not the full one, to keep something for the loan. So I will pay, according to my cash flow, I will pay 1,500. No, 15,000.
15,000. Okay.
Yes, 15. And then for the cash flow, 76.9 minus 15, so it's going to be 61.9. And then don't forget to add into the asset sheet.
Yes.
So this time is property, and then the asset name is 78 South Shore. The growth rate is 14%.
That's pretty good growth.
Yeah, that's why I chose it.
That's
and
why
the
you
I
bought
is
it, okay.
9. So at this term, I use my saving, which is I already pay 15. So the bank loan for the property is 10%. So 87,000 minus what I already paid, 15. So this is the thing I have to pay.
72,000 you have to pay.
And add 10%. So I have to pay back 79.2. And this time I will play for like 6 years.
Okay.
So my divide by 6. So I will pay just 13.2 per year.
Great.
Okay, and then this is the year 3. So write down here. And RI is 7.8.
It's been a long year, Jackie, but you've done well. You've got some good assets, you got some business, you got some property, and you've even given some charity, which is a good year indeed. Okay, so we were in the action phase now, and you have one more card, one more opportunities. Are you going to take that opportunity or pass it along?
I want to pass it along. Yeah, so
I think you've been busy.
yes.
Okay.
I have 5 things running at right now.
Okay. So now that, let's say everyone's finished, we take our token for the phases and we go to the charity phase because it is year 3.
Yes.
So you can then now, starting from year 3, draw and face up a charity card. So would you like to do the honors?
Yes. For this year, charity is accommodation.
Okay, this is a accommodation charity. So the minimum donation is $2,000. The individual benefits, when your donation exceeds $100,000, you get 10% annual loan expense discount, and you block the influential buyer that forces you to sell card. For the larger donation over $250,000, you get an additional 50% discount on the down payment of any asset. And then all players, if all players get to $400,000, there's an additional 3% discount on loans for everyone. Now, you've already given this some charity, which is great. You can choose to give more.
Yes.
But you probably don't have 100,000 by the look of it to get to that.
Yeah, I think the minimum is just like 2,000.
Yes.
But I think like I have to pass it this year.
You're gonna pass it
because
this
I
year.
already donate.
Fantastic.
Already.
Good job.
Okay.
So assume all the players go through, and now we move on to the growth phase again, where we write down the asset growth
Yes.
from year 3
Yes.
onto the next year.
Yeah. So it's the same as the second year that you have to update everything until this year now. So it's year 3. This one, 100 asset value and 50K because the growth is 0. This one, the bad asset, of course, 18 and 0. This one, bad asset, 25 and 0. This one, the growth is 15%. So it's gonna be this value, 28 plus 15%.
32.
Yeah.
2.
32.2. And also don't forget that the ROI will plus 15% as well. So you get 11.5.
Fantastic.
And I just bought this property this year, so
No,
I need to use it.
So only this. Remember that in the growth phase, you're only updating the values of the year before assets that you bought, not the assets you bought in the current year.
Yes.
Okay, so we finished with the growth phase.
Yes.
And now it is time again to celebrate the new year. And so no New York this year again, I assume, judging by your cash position. So we're just gonna move on to the new
I might
year.
travel somewhere with a less budget, but I want to travel. So yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, we'll keep it. We'll keep it a little bit more timid this year.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're now Happy New Year. We are moving through to year 4, and we're out of the tutorial round. So this is really the first round of kind of simulating the real, the real world experience. And for the players that have played more than once or a couple of times, you can choose to start the game on these conditions. You don't have to go through the tutorial rounds every time you play. So we are now in year 4, and so we go ahead and move into the cash phase of year 4, where we update the income and pay our expenses. So show us your year 4.
Yeah. So the check one, the job, I don't have job anymore.
You don't have a
because-
job,
yeah,
so
it's 0.
That's right. So your other
Other income is going to be like the ROI of the craft cuisine.
so very good investment
So
there,
craft
making
cuisine.
$50,000.
Yes, 50,000, and this is 0, this is 0, or this is 1. The digital dynamo, 11.5, and also the new asset I purchased last year,
Fantastic. What is that going to give you?
7.8,
7.8. Okay, that's a good return there.
7.8, and also don't forget the loan. So this thing, this craft cuisine is a final year for me.
Final year, you get to pay it off. Okay.
So don't forget to count it. So the loan, 29.9, and then you just
Cross it out.
cross it out.
Good job.
And then you have this one, another loan for 13.2, and don't forget the expenses.
Yes.
So it's gonna be
So your birthday and anniversary, you can combine the two.
Happy birthday. So
Yes.
it's 5.5,
That's right.
and don't forget your parents.
Never forget your parents. My parents lent me lots of money, and they had to wait many more years to get payback. So I'm very grateful to them.
I'm quite worried about my cash flow right now because the expense is very a lot.
Well, we're about to see if you're going to be really in a tough position, but you got some good businesses as well. So
Yes. Okay, so God.
72. Okay, so
Still?
you're still $10,000 up on where you were last year.
Yeah.
But it's, we'll see what opportunities come, because you might
Yes.
not have enough money to pursue too many opportunities, but let's see, right?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone's gone through and updated their cash positions, the income and pay expenses, and now we move on to the collection phase. So please do the honors and roll the dice. Oh, look at that. So this time you actually get to play what's with the dice that are
Yes.
on the table, which is 2 opportunity cards. You have an expense, and you have my favorite, deal with it.
Yeah.
So Jackie, go ahead and grab some of those cards.
And-
I'll grab the deal with it card.
Yes,
for you.
thank you. And also expenditure, this one.
And also expenditure, and then you get to choose whether you want to go for medium, small, or large opportunities based on where you stand with your cash flow and your position. So which one are you going to go?
I think I'm kind of risk for 1M
Okay, you're going to go for a
And-
medium opportunity.
and 1 small.
One medium, one small. I think that's a good choice there.
Yeah.
So
Let's
you go
see.
ahead. Let's see what you've got there.
Oh my god.
So before you go, now remember, the first player to play that card will be the next player in line until it comes back to Jackie. So we're going to move our token from the collection phase once everyone's picked up their cards and rolled their dice through to the action phase. So Jackie, it is the actions on you. You have some interesting cards. I'm really like excited to hear about what you're gonna have to deal with this year.
Okay, so right now I have 1 bad business,
You have one bad business.
1 share, 1 charity again in expenditure, the lucky one, and also the individual deal with it. So I have to play it.
You have to play it. Okay, so in what order are you gonna play these? The ones that you do have to play.
Okay, so I think I have to play bad business first.
Bad business first. Okay, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about the bad business.
What lucky I am. Okay, so the bad business is full payment. So year 4, Vita 2.1. Okay.
That's very reasonable, Jackie. I think that's a, in business they say you should fail fast, fail cheap, fail forward. So at least you failed fast and cheap. Okay, so Jackie, you have a bad business card. So
Yes.
it's actually not too bad, only $2,100.
Yeah. Okay, so I write down in the transaction that I already paid the full, and also don't forget to asset sheet. Oh, and this is a new one, so write down my name. And business, Vita. Of course, growth is 0, ROI is 0. I pay my own 2.1, and I pay at year 4, 2.1 and 0.
Okay, that's not too bad. Jackie, you've got a couple. You're building a collection of bad businesses. But you know what? That's life. I've started
Yes.
over 20 businesses and I have failed at probably about 18 of them.
Oh,
Yeah, so, but see,
This is
still,
life.
this is life, and still to be successful, you have to build on your failures. So
Yes.
keep going. Now, you're in for a bit of a ride. So what are the other cards you've got there?
I have charity.
Charity, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay.
So it's already up front. So I
front.
just play just one. So
Yes.
charity. 5K. So it's gonna be 65.5.
Okay, and you
That's it.
don't forget to put into your charity
Yeah.
area.
So it's 2.8 plus 5. Don't forget to.
So you
accumulate
increment your charity, so you
Yes.
have to keep track of your charity, cumulative charity contributions to see if you get over the threshold to get the benefit.
Yes. And this will go back to the deck. Okay. Back to my turn.
Back to your turn. It's your turn again. You have a deal with it, and you have another opportunity card if I see
Yeah.
it.
I will save it with the last one.
Okay.
So this opportunity I cannot pay even the down payment.
Oh, it's
$100,000.
$100,000.
Yeah, so I don't have
Now,
cash flow.
Now, remember a little thing. Maybe not for the beginners, but in the future, if you want to borrow from another player,
Yes.
you can choose to interact with another. This is not a game where you play just against
Yeah.
like the board. You're playing with the other players out there. So if another player is willing to give you some money or lend you some money at whatever interest rate they want to charge you, you can do that too. But we'll skip that for now.
Yes.
But just remember that's an option as well.
Oh, and also you can use the personal loan to get some cash
That's true.
as well. But the interest rate is 15%. Don't forget that.
Yes.
But I will leave it for now. And the deal with it, the last one.
Jackie, you've got to deal with that card. I'm very excited to hear about it. Let's
I
see what it
read
reads.
out. Yeah, so you receive a message from a long lost aunt who needs help due to his financial insecurity.
Oh boy.
So he needs me to pay $240,000.
That's.
But I have only 65 left. Yeah, but condition saved me a little bit. It said that if you don't have enough cash, you just pay all the money to them and let him buy anything else.
So
I have to lose all the cash.
So let me just read you this card again. So you receive a message from a long lost aunt who needs help due to their financial insecurity, $240,000 insecurity, but there's a condition, and you make sure you have to read the condition, as you said,
Yes.
that if you don't have enough cash, you basically lose cash you do have. And so, yeah, so you have how much? $65,500, and you have all of it gone.
Yes,
I'm sorry, Jackie.
it's okay.
Family sometimes, though, you just never know.
Yeah, and then of course this is place and leave it.
Okay, put it back in. Okay.
At least I charity something before I give the money to
That's a great point. Yeah, before you lost all your cash, you managed to give some money to charity. So great job there. So now we actually, speaking of charity, we take our token, assuming everyone's finished their turn, and we move to the charity phase, and then we get to draw another card. I'll do that if that's okay. For this year, the charity is wildfires. Very relevant, of course, for anyone who's been following the fires in California earlier this year. Or was it last year? I lose track of time. But basically, the minimum donation is $4,000. Similar conditions as before, but of course, you have no money.
Yeah, so I have to skip this turn.
Unfortunately, you have to skip charity. But as you said, luckily you already gave to charity this year, so you're actually still doing good for humanity. So well done there. So now we get to move on to the growth phase, which is where you update all your asset values. So at least you get some growth in your assets by the look of it. So please show us how that's done.
Yeah, so it's now year 4. So update everything until year 4. So this thing, 150 as the same because the growth is 0. Bad business, the bad business, and the digital anymore, which is growth 15%. 32.2, this value plus 15%. So now it's
37.
point
Just
0.
37. Yes.
Yeah.
0.
11.5 plus 15%. 13.2.
Okay, that's good.
And this one, 87 plus growth is 15%. So 15%. Now I have 99.2. And the ROI 15%, 8.9.
Great job. And then
Okay, this is I just purchased this year, so no
and it's
update.
bad business anyway, but
Yes.
that's
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we now have finished your growth phase.
Yes.
And we get to go into the new year, into New Year's Eve. I guess your travel plans are now canceled since you have no cash.
Yes.
Okay, that happens. So we move on to the year and back to that, and then we move on to year 5, which is the halfway checkpoint.
Yes.
And this is an opportunity for all the players to do an asset reflection. So summarize your net, maybe have a discussion about what you've learned halfway through your 10-year entrepreneurial journey, and see where you're tracking. So, Jackie, how would you summarize your position halfway through?
Right now, even I don't have like much ROI, but I have asset value. Even from the bad business and waiting for someone to grow. Of course, bad business is not that good, but it comes and I fail to invest it. So I have to be with it and learn from it.
So your position, we call it in the industry, asset rich, cash poor.
Yeah.
Right? So you have assets, but your cash is low.
Yes.
But you've also paid off one of the loans.
Yes.
Which is great. And then with bad business, the interesting thing about that is there might be a card where there'll be a buyer for that type of business, and you might be able to sell one or more of these businesses and get off your basically your asset book. So let's see how it goes.
Yes.